Canada is a land of no consequences for airlines that deceive the public.
When something goes wrong, like a flight delay, it's frustrating to be sure.
You're just kind of left with, oh, there's a 12-hour-ish slip in your travel plans now.
We're not identifying this Air Canada passenger living in the United States for security reasons involving his work. Back in October, his flight from Montreal to Los Angeles didn't happen.
For whatever reason, the crews can't make a certain schedule, and so there was no crew for that flight.
He sent Air Canada a letter asking for compensation, which he's entitled to under a law known as the Montreal Convention.
He lost wages as a result. The airline has to compensate the passenger up to $8,700 Canadian for lost wages.
But when Air Canada finally responded to his claim, he got a surprise.
Air Canada issued a bold-faced lie. They told the passenger that the Montreal Convention was not enforced in Canada.
The customer service agent said that the Montreal Convention, a bedrock agreement between countries, isn't enforced yet. But that's not true.
But I do find it shocking that Air Canada as a company would be okay with their brand being associated with patently false information.
Airlines regularly get away with lies in Canada.
Earlier this month, the federal government revealed details of its proposed Passenger Bill of Rights law, which could be passed by summer. In the meantime, the Montreal Convention already spells out compensation for passengers, but getting that money is not easy.
Airlines do everything in their power to dodge the obligation to pay compensation.
About that false information, Air Canada admits it was their mistake. Our agent meant to cite the Canadian Air Passenger Bill of Rights expected to take effect next summer, not the Montreal Convention, the airline told us. It apologized to the customer, too, offering vouchers as a goodwill gesture. But it didn't offer to pay the compensation set out in law.
I bet the vast majority of people never have an opportunity to take it any further just because of the own pressures of life that we all face.
As this case shows, you can't count on the airline to pay you what you're owed or even give you the straight goods that you're owed anything at all.
I mean, if it's written there, Sean, in black and white. I'm glad you brought out those rules, the Bill of Rights from Ottawa. So how does the Montreal Convention fit in with these new rules that Ottawa is bringing in?
That's not entirely clear, Farah. First, that new Canadian law hasn't been ratified yet. It may take till summer. Second, that Montreal Convention law has been law in our country since 2003. It's an international treaty, 133 signatories, covers flights in and out of countries, member countries. It just doesn't go away when Canada's new rules come in. The reality, though, is that despite these laws, airlines frequently deny liability, force flyers to sue them in small claims courts, claims that are often settled right before the trial.
And it takes somebody, obviously, to go to small claims court. It's a hard process to do, so they don't make it easy. Thanks so much, Sean.